Hello guys, you've been asking how to lubricate the Reebok One GT30 model. We have this one for about a year now, and now it's time to do the things properly, following the instructions provided. Well, almost. Now, what do you need? You need this blue Allen key, which should be in the bucket when you got the machine. If you don't have one, don't worry, they're not very expensive. I'm going to add a link down in the description, so you can just purchase a new one. Also, you need the provided special lubrication oil in this squeeze pump. As you can see there is a special one, 20 milliliter of it. I believe you're going to use about half of it on each lubrication cycle. So in the bag you have the lubrication oil in the squeeze pump, as I said, and also an extension tube. You can use it, you can decide not to use it. When you use it, it gets messy because the oil is pretty thick and you have no way to get the excessive one out of the tube. Well, there are some ways, but they're not advisable. That's why we have some tissues there, because things are going to get a little bit messy, as you're going to see in few seconds. Now, first thing first. Get the Allen key and unscrew both of the bolts. So loosen, not unscrew, because they're bolts, not screws. So loose the bolts on the back of the machine. You do this turning anti-clockwise, as you can see. As we are now done with this entertaining process, you can see that the belt is loose, so you can lift it up and add the oil underneath. Now, instructions are stating that you can do this 20 to 40 centimeters from the motor, which is on the side of the computer. I did it the other way around, so that's 30 to 40 centimeters from the front rower. I did it the other way around. I don't think it really matters. This is going to be spread equally everywhere on the machine. Now, you can use the extension tube, as I said. Keep in mind that when it's attached, it's not very stable, as you are going to see. So you have to use both hands or just keep it with one hand, but yeah, things are messy. Now, next thing, you need to lift the belt and start applying the oil. When you squeeze and add some pressure to the liquid, you can see what's going to happen now, because it's pretty thick, as I said, and the extension tube is not attached very sturdy to it. Of course, you need to remove the protection cap there. So when you squeeze, if you're not holding with your both hands, it's just going to snap out and everything will be covered in oil. Let's watch. Yes. So you have to hold it with your other hand and go all the way to cover at least half of the length of the machine. The other way to do it is just to remove the tube and apply the oil without it. As I mentioned before, you can just do it without the extension tube, and that's how you do it. You just get the tube out, which is going to make your life way easier in this case, because you don't really need it. And just squeeze the lubrication oil under the belt. Now, the next thing you need to do before tidying up everything and putting the little bottle, the little squeeze bottle in the bag, make sure to attach the safety protection, safety lock, the lock, or whatever you want to call it, this plastic bit there, so you are going to avoid accidental squeeze and make even more mess around. Clean everything. So after we finished this very entertaining process of cleaning everything up, kind of, and putting the things back in the bag, I like this. It's time to tighten up the bolts using the Allen key again. When you're done with the bolts, it's time to run the machine on 10 kilometers per hour or 6 miles per hour for 5 to 10 minutes, or at least that's what it says in the instructions. This way the lubrication will be spread all under the belt, and also you will see if the belt is aligned properly. To make sure that the belt is aligned properly, I used the green soft pencil, soft so it's not going to damage the belt. I drew some marks on the belt and I shot a hyperlapse video just to make sure that everything is aligned. So after a few minutes I noticed that the belt is not completely aligned and I had to adjust it a little bit. You can do this using, again, the same bolts on the back of the machine and the Allen key. just tighten up a little bit more on the part that need to be tightened. I know it's annoying, but that's the way it is. It's better to be perfectly aligned than to cause any troubles. And there you go. I was quite happy with the result. Eventually I rerun the cycle and everything looks fine. Now, some people asked in the comments of the previous video, can you switch this to kilometers per hour? The answer is no, you cannot. The only mention of kilometers per hour is over there on the quick speed buttons, and that's it. Overall, in terms of display settings, you can't do much. You can't do anything really. Now, that's it. It's a fairly straightforward process. I hope you're going to find this helpful. If you have any questions, just ask them in the comments. And remember, I'm not a trade professional, just a user, and that's how I do it. I would advise you to find a trained professional to do it for yourself, but if you can't, I hope you're going to find this video useful. Thanks for watching everyone, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.